Warning, this podcast will contain spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 20, Scars. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are the usual three co-conspirators? I don't know. Clio?
Hello! I'm stretching and also waving at the same time.
Stretch Wave. And
Stretch
Rachel,
waves.
who's dance waving.
Jazz
and
hands!
Erica, who is hail
Vigorous jazz
hydrang.
hands.
Vigorous jazz hands.
Whoa.
Very vigorous. And jazzy.
Jazzy.
So,
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. The post-Ultron episode.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, since I never saw it, so.
The post-Age of Ultron episode, which you really aren't missing much. You're not missing anything, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D.-wise, without having seen the movie. Which is
No.
great. They show maybe 2 seconds total of clips from the movie on, like, television screens. And they just mention the name Ultron about 16 times.
If you didn't watch the movie, you wouldn't have missed anything.
No, yeah, so exactly. If you didn't see the movie yet, don't worry. This episode is not spoiling shit.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's...
But we might.
I mean,
We
even though-
may.
It is
I mean-
kind of spoiling it because they say that
Yeah.
what you've done with Theta Protocol has averted what Ultron was planning.
All right.
I mean,
So there is kind of spoilers for the ending. at
Kind of,
least.
yeah. I mean, if you didn't watch it, you could still watch this. Because of everything you probably heard about the movie, you'd be like, all right, yeah. You get a gist of what's going on.
Yeah. Okay, so this episode, Coulson.
Starts off with Star Wars sheets.
Yes, it starts off with a year ago flashback to Star Wars sheets, one of the Patton Oswalts, one of the many, and
Another
Coulson.
sock drawer. Who wants a sock drawer? I want the sock drawer.
I want that sock drawer. That sock drawer was awesome.
You know.
I love that. Yeah. So it starts with the beginnings of Theta Protocol, or, you know.
Well, it seemed like it was like down in the middle.
Yeah, it was kind of... It's Coulson's beginnings, I would say, with Theta Protocol.
Yeah.
Because it seemed that Nick Fury laid down the whole plan and gave it to the Oswalts, who then...
We don't even call them by their real names or their names.
The Agent
There are
Koenigs
so many of them.
Oswalds. It's just Pat.
They're the Oswalds.
laid it down to them, who then filled Coulson in. And Coulson's like, all right, let's do this. We're just not going to tell anybody.
They get different lanyards.
Well, it's called Black Ops for a reason.
It
Yeah,
is
those were super cool
indeed.
lanyards.
That was hilarious.
That was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
They get different lanyards though.
They do. They're shiny.
What's with the spawn kills?
They get triangle lanyards.
Yeah, those are really cool. I want one.
They were cool. I would love a triangular
I love the
lanyard.
fact that you opened up a account and there was just all these lanyards in there.
Yeah.
You know
They
how
have to coordinate.
some
I'm like, how many lanyards do you need?
right, some businessmen have a watch for every day of the week, so that's a lanyard for every day of the week.
Oh my god! But all his suits are the same, his ties, everything. The only thing he changes is his socks. His socks are the only thing like unique
His
about him.
socks and his lanyards.
So we're gonna get the spoiler out of the way quick here. Theta Protocol was a helicarrier,
Yes.
and I'm going to imagine it was the original helicarrier from the first Avengers.
I'm gonna guess it
Yeah.
is, and they're repairing it because it was a short amount of time for them to actually to build a whole new one. It'd probably take years.
Which means I'm very glad that all the idiots on the internet were wrong.
About what?
Yeah,
Everybody was like, well, obviously Theta Protocol is this new base that they're building at the end of Age of Ultron. It's like, no, it's not the base. It has nothing to do with the new base.
apparently it does
I
not.
thought it was the base. Am I an idiot?
No, but you know
No,
what?
you didn't spam that all over the internet.
They
and all over
sunk But
How
it
do you
did
say-
mention that some of the money that Coulson was sinking was into a location, like a base with barracks and everything. So maybe the base
Yeah,
is
I don't think he sunk
part
his
of it.
into it.
But
As
the
I thought.
base, no. The base was where where the helicarrier was housed.
Yeah,
Because
the
I
base
think
that
They
triangle
housed the
arch
people
was-
that lived there.
they housed the people who were working on the
Who were
helicarrier.
working there, yeah.
Well, there you go. So it was the helicarrier we saw in Age of Ultron. So after that, Coulson basically starts this whole, which shield is better thing with a pretty good suggestion. Even Nick Fury had the World Council looking over him. So here's, I'm director, me, Coulson, director, and you guys are my World Council.
Worst
And advise
mistake
me.
ever.
You know
That
what?
was the mistake?
I have to.
That was the beginning of all the mistakes.
I don't think that was the mistake.
It ended.
I honestly don't think S.H.I.E.L.D. made a mistake today.
No, it wasn't.
It was not S.H.I.E.L.D.'s mistake.
To me, it was a mistake.
It's one of the main reasons why I dislike this episode so much. Is the full on double cross at the end that I never saw coming. Maybe someone else
No.
did.
I didn't.
Okay, can I tell you when I saw it?
When?
When she asked Skye to leave her. I'm like, is she gonna do something bad?
Well,
And then immediately I was like, nah, it's Jiaying, we're fine. And then she just breaks the crystal. I'm like,
no, well,
That wouldn't have hurt Sky
they're both-
anyway.
no,
no, I know,
yeah,
but
we're
she
fine.
doesn't want Skye to see. The point was, she shot herself to
Oh,
make
yeah.
it look like she was defending.
Right,
See,
but also
See, that's why Coulson should have went, because the crystal wouldn't have hurt him.
Why wouldn't the crystal hurt him?
He has he has the blood in him.
But it's not in human blood.
it's not in human blood. It's
It's not in human blood.
it's Kree blood that he. Well, it's a serum concocted from Kree
it's
blood.
Kree blood, and what
But
was why I don't think it would have hurt him.
I think it would have.
I don't think it would have. I don't think. Anyways, I think the reason why she did it was the same reason why Gonzalez was after the humans. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear of not
He
knowing.
he showed that he wasn't.
Oh, bullshit. He was bullshit.
Okay,
the
hold
whole
on,
time.
hold on.
No, that
Hold
was
on, hold on.
Holding.
He was going to index them, yes. Put them on,
No.
on
No.
surveillance, yes. He didn't want to exterminate them, at least not at this point. Go on.
Oh no, he wanted to. He was in. He was telling her what he thought she wanted to hear. No, he's a bad guy, and I'm glad he died.
No,
I screamed, I
at-
yelled,
there
I
at the
said,
very-
"Ding dong, the witch is dead."
So say we all.
there at the end. He revealed that he actually wasn't a bad guy that we thought he was. We thought he was the evil and he was the villain of this season, and he was the bad guy. And it turns out he wasn't a bad guy. He was just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I think
Jiaying is actually the bad guy.
No, she
Well-
just did it out of fear.
well, so was if you're
Both
gonna
of them did out of
defend Jiaying,
Well, I
And
just said they both
you
did it out
can't
of fear.
demonize Gonzalez.
I
Yeah.
don't like Gonzalez.
She is intentionally triggering a war
Yes.
that was not going to happen.
She set up a war.
Oh, that we
That's-
didn't know was not going to happen.
That's a
How do you know
decidedly
it wasn't
evil
gonna happen?
act.
So, and now that's the
How do
question.
you know? How do you know it wasn't going to happen? How do you know Gonzalez wasn't going to make it happen?
We don't know.
Because
The
Well,
best have a little
Because
two-faced.
Gonzalez wasn't going to happen.
anyway,
I mean, you don't know if he was going to start a war on this. He's the one that
Well,
wanted
okay.
to go in there, guns blazing,
But he didn't go guns blazing.
right.
because people talked about him it. But I think he was a double crosser. I think he would have done it anyways. It would have happened either way.
I don't know if it would have necessarily happened. I think he would have. He was basing what he would have based his response on how Jiaying reacted, but unfortunately, she reacted completely out of left field. And
Well, she's pissed.
so here's the question: was Reyna
She's
being
afraid.
manipulative?
No.
Yes.
Well,
Well, yes and no.
that's
I
the
mean,
question. Because we know her. Cal kept reinforcing that whole thing, and then finally, she tells Gordon, Jiaying can't be trusted in there. Maybe you should
Jiaying
put
can't
me.
be-
She don't put her in
That's-
there. She's gonna cause a war. This whole shit to go down. Put me in there instead.
See, this exact situation, what happened, is it happens in every Mutant Enemy production show ever made.
Yeah, you know what? You are damn right. It does.
So, so that is why I absolutely know that Gonzalez was the good guy. That now that her powers have come active, Reyna is being honest and being truthful, because that's the way they play these plot twists.
The thing about Reyna is, yes, she's told the truth so far, but that doesn't mean she's
to what extent.
But that doesn't mean she's not still being manipulative, because she could have said, "Don't let Jiaying meet with them," and that would have been the end. But instead, she said, "Don't let Jiaying meet with them. Maybe I can meet with them."
I know. I was like, oh, and now it starts.
It's like, it's a little bit of both.
Right, so if she would have just
both.
left it at, if Jiaying meets with them, war is going to come. Leave it at that.
That would have been...
Yeah, but that's her personality of her manipulation.
Of course.
She sees the opportunity of, well, Jiaying is going to turn against him. Maybe I can use my visions to kick her out of office, and then maybe set myself up to take over.
Exactly.
Instead of the truly altruistic thing of just reporting her.
You also have to, Jiaying's past. I mean, she was mutilated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That has to do something to your psyche, and inevitably, and she. I mean, the combination of fear and hate towards people that don't understand them,
and
all this, it comes together, and this is what happens.
And she said it directly to Cal. She said, "You're the same bold person I fell in love with. I'm the one who's changed."
Mm-hmm.
That was the giant, I guess should have been the giant, red alert.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, how can you not change by going through that? There's no way you come out the same person going through what she went through.
God,
But there's ways to deal with it, and she's not dealing with it in the best way.
I can't explain why, but Cal has quickly become my favorite character on this whole show.
No.
Notice that his vials are empty now?
Yes, of course.
Almost.
I noticed.
There's a little bit left for,
Yeah, he took them, though.
For Fitz and Simmons to find out what it is.
Yeah, of course. There's a little bit left, but he drank them.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love that. Was that old? Because it looks old.
I bet.
He goes, "Is that old?" Because it looks old.
Oh yeah, because he breaks the table.
But he broke the table.
Yeah.
Was that old? That looked old. Ooh.
What was I gonna say about Cal?
I don't know. He's a nut.
He's a nut, but you know what?
I mean,
He's
I don't know
trying.
which way to. I don't
He's
know
an
which
adorable
way.
one. Oh, I bet that was Jiaying's plan. I bet Jiaying told him to do that.
Yeah. That whole exactly.
He's lost a little bit of his filter. I think it's gonna come out, and he's gonna blurt it out, and that's how Sky's gonna learn her mom's a douchebag.
Probably how that's gonna happen. Yes. So
I don't think she was always a douchebag, but
no, I don't think so.
I don't think she's being a douchebag. I think she's a product of what happened. She's a product of fear and hatred towards basically humans.
Completely.
That aren't inhuman.
But
I'm not saying what she did was right. I'm not saying
that. You could be a product of that and still be a douchebag.
Yeah, I mean, there's a product of fear. There's being fearful and not trusting and doing something rash, and then there's turning a guy to fucking stone, shooting yourself twice to make it look like he tried to kill you, and starting a war. I mean, that's for me. That's pushing her over into villain territory.
But who gave her the idea? Basically,
I think it was all hers. No,
he said something. If someone said something to her.
I think
can't remember what it was.
Cal's idea was to hand himself over to S.H.I.E.L.D. as the sign of good faith.
Someone said something about starting a war, and I can't remember who it was.
She is Magneto.
She did. She did.
Is Magneto.
She said, she said, my people wouldn't be as willing as you to follow me.
She said, my people would never blindly follow me.
I know, but I think it was Cal who brought it up to her.
It may have been Cal. Yes, because S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming here, something along those lines.
There's going to be a war, all kind of stuff, you guys can fight, and, you stand up for yourselves. And she's like, I don't think my people are going to blindly follow me into war. So maybe that's when she thought, you know what? They won't blindly follow me into something that,
Right. So, now...
So in the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter.
They no longer matter, Charles.
That is my favorite line.
So it might have not been her intent the whole entire time. Maybe that put a little seed in her head, then hey, you know what? We do have all these powers. Chances of us actually defeating them is pretty good, so why don't we try?
So, let's see. Skye is going to be stuck between S.H.I.E.L.D. and, her mother.
I know.
That's going to be a fun emotional roller coaster. Coulson and May's relationship is frayed.
So is May's and Skye's.
So is and May's relationship with everybody is kind of frayed right now.
May has a stick up her ass, and she's taking.
I think May is turning villain, also. Honestly,
you know what?
I don't think so.
I don't think she'll ever go as far as villain.
I think May is putting her walls back up.
I think exactly.
She's down, and they're going right back up.
That's what I have a feeling too. I think
everyone's
she's regressing.
Changing sides. It seems like everyone's changing sides. Bobby seems like she's changing sides. Matt freaking left.
But
Matt left.
One of the things I picked up on that I didn't realize, Coulson didn't know what happened in Bahrain.
No, nobody knew. She never told anybody.
No, she told one. She told.
She told her husband.
That was it.
And, Skye found out that and basically spilled the beans. So you're right. You know what? May is definitely probably considering putting all those emotional barriers back up to just whatever. The mission, be a hard ass. Because that's how we got her in the beginning of Season 1, and she let those barriers down and became more funny and stuff like that. And now not. So she's going right on back. And Bobby is trapped by Ward and Kara.
What the hell did Bobby do?
I got so angry.
What did Bobby do to Kara that she's talking about?
What did she do?
I don't know.
What did Ward shoot her with?
I almost flipped over the couch.
Didn't look like
I almost flipped over the couch because I thought that bastard shot her in the brain. I was like, no, she's not dead.
Yeah, I thought she got shot with an actual gun.
Me too. I was like, no.
And no, it was a nicer. So
now that she has all her, he left her there so she get all her memories back. I was kind of wondering why Bobby was kind of hovering around Kara a lot. Kind of, hey,
I'm so curious what it is that she did.
And then now...
And this, I guess, Ward was in on the plan to get revenge this whole time or whatever, or...
Well, they wanted Kara's memories back.
Right, and then she... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So the secret...
That was the only way to do it.
The big thing we need to talk about before we go on further is the secret thing in the cargo hold of Gonzalez's aircraft carrier.
Yes.
It is a freaky-deaky shifting rock that is both solid and liquid at the same time.
Isn't that kind of like the Gravitron stuff that we saw at the first season?
That was just liquid gravity. That's the only way I can
explain
it.
What reminded me of.
Yes, I think they got the idea of both from some kind of ferrofluid or some shit like that, but this is a solid and a liquid, and apparently it is a Kree anti-inhuman weapon.
To Kree, well, they don't really say it's a weapon. I don't think anyone knows exactly what it is.
Yeah, Jiaying said
it can Kree.
It's Kree, and she said it could destroy all of us. It's
and it's something I think they brought down to kill all the Inhumans or their specimens.
Right. So it's probably, in case of emergency, break glass for a Kree laboratory.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, you have the Terragenesis crystals that activate the new powers.
Mm-hmm.
What if this is essentially a biological weapon that's only key to Inhuman, and so they could just break it up across the world, and then all the Inhumans just die.
Yeah. Well, if you notice when Gordon and Raina went in there, it went to liquid. And then when they left, it went back to solid. And even when
while they were in there, it was switching. Like they saw.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying it switched. But then when the humans came in,
right,
it was just solid.
It was shifting in their presence. But it was a solid when they weren't anywhere near it. So it was probably reacting to their presence, whatever it is. So that's going to be interesting because the mist.
Invading us. They're not invading you.
The mist reacts to people's DNA, so this probably does the same thing, just an anti-effect. And let's have a lovely talk about the fact that Jiaying has figured out how to manufacture fresh Terrigen crystals.
She grew them.
Which
after melting down
a diviner.
They said a couple.
They had 5 diviners, she said. They knew if they lost any of... So 5 diviners. One's melted down, one's destroyed that, Trip kicked.
They got the diviners that the Kree guy was looking for when he came to Earth.
Right, exactly. They had all of them.
All.
And so they melted one down and grew new crystals, but they couldn't get the diviner stuff. The diviner's metal out of them. Which is why it killed Gonzalez. Because otherwise...
And I did do the happy dance, I'm sorry.
You know what?
I was sad, because I was like, oh, he's a good guy. Oh, he's dead.
Nope, I did the happy dance and I sang Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Seriously, in my head, that's what went on. I'm not kidding you.
I was kind of sad. And Gonzalez was kind of growing on me. Like
once growing on me like a pimple.
Once I figured out he definitely wasn't Hydra.
We've also had and lost 2 major actors from Battlestar Galactica this season, so I'm not happy.
Yes, I know. We've lost Admiral Adama and number 3. Was she 3? She was 3.
Xena? I forget.
She was Xena. She was 3. She was among other things. I really got to go back to Galactica and figure out which number she was. This is going to bug me. Whoops.
I started rewatching it like 6 months ago, but then I stopped.
Yeah, they took it off of Netflix. I'm sad.
They did?
Yeah.
Is it just me, or the chemistry between Gordon and like Cal is like a male pissing contest?
Yes.
Very much
I'm just like, Sarah, stop, you guys, really? Just whip it out, okay? Come on. Just get it over and done with. Just knock it off.
Well, Gordon's her right-hand man, and then her husband shows up. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, her crazy husband. Scare me.
I'm waiting for him and Raina to just go.
I know, right? Hey, okay, totally off the subject. I don't know if anyone noticed it. When at the beginning, when Coulson came to the patent, he gave him the Sky Shop. He goes, "Oh, these people are never going out of business." They went bankrupt like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I caught that too. Yeah. Sky Mall.
I hope they never go out of business.
That was a perfect quip. Yeah, because Sky Mall did go bankrupt. I think it was about 5 or 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm. It was like right after I got back. No, it wasn't 5. It was like right after I got back from Ireland. They went bankrupt. I got back in Ireland in February. So yeah.
Yeah. I hope this never goes out of business. Yeah. Nice.
I caught that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I caught that. I didn't put it in the notes worth mentioning. I was just like,
I'm sorry. It was just a little thing in my head. I love the little one, the little things they put in there, and you're just like that. That they put in there supposedly from the past and then in the future.
It's just those little things that they hope you catch. I like those.
So great episode. Gave me that twist at the end. I honestly can admit I didn't see coming.
No, I didn't see.
Well played.
I still want to know, does Sky know that? I mean, right now there isn't. I guess supposedly isn't 2 shields, but does she even know there were 2 shields?
I think so.
I think she was filled in at one point.
I don't know. It didn't seem like she was filled in.
I think she has an idea.
She might, but it just seems.
Yeah, it might be.
Seems like that one little piece has been not there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just
So here's the future question.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna be the black guy in S.H.I.E.L.D. now?
I know. It's gonna be. Ooh. It's gonna be May's husband. He's coming back.
I really hate that that's a question we have to ask.
I know.
Well, it's true though.
It's right. We had 2.
It's one of those things you wish wasn't true.
I wish it wasn't true, right? But we had 2, and they killed one, not the one I expected them to kill.
I told you about that one, dude.
They mentioned him in the beginning, and I had a mouthful of pie, and I just went.
The mouthful of pie.
With the mouthful of pie.
I love
that. And it's just stupid.
Started sobbing with the mouthful of pie.
It's like anyone of ethnic. You can only have 1 or 2 of. I mean, if you look,
There's 2 black guys in Avengers now. There are 2 black Avengers.
One of them's gonna die in Civil War.
Soon to be 3. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I know.
But I know now there's.
We talked about this.
Right now there's. That sounds wrong. There's 2 Asians.
Yes, there are. So before we...
I don't even want to go down that road.
Before we go down a horribly potential can of worms road here. Next episode is called SOS. It is a 2-hour episode, 2-hour season finale, and this is the synopsis, and I love it. S.H.I.E.L.D.
Team of trouble?
S.H.I.E.L.D. puts everything on the line to survive a war that blurs the line between friend and foe. Coulson and his team will be forced to make shocking sacrifices that will leave their relationships and their world changed forever.
Oh my glove!
You know, Coulson died.
On their 2-hour season
Did he die, though? Did he die?
He died.
He died.
Did he die?
He died.
He did.
So that's going to be fun. I actually can't wait for next week. I'm hoping that we finally get to see Cal Hulk out.
I like to know what...
Are they going to keep him... Do you think they're going to keep him Mr. Hyde, or are they going to make some kind of Hulk reference?
I don't know.
I don't.
I like to know. I like to know if they actually figure out what's in the serum and if they make him more.
Oh, jeez, that can only.
It's only bad.
Badly.
Because if they figure it out, I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows, and he's going to a place where there's a lab, and if he gets loose, he probably knows how to make it.
Very true. So that was our show, and it was a good episode.
Yes.
I liked it. Shit's going down next week. That's all I could say. Erica, where could they find you?
Find me at Erica Rain 7. Yes.
Indeed. Rachel?
They can find me at Savannah 17. Down there.
Down there. Clio?
You can find me at Cliomoto on the socials and on Twitch at the Cliomoto.
Indeed. You can find me on the Twitter at Philodrin. You can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast, all one word. You can follow us at all of those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. If you're watching this live, coming up next, Supernatural. Stay tuned for that one. It's going to be a doozy. It's
going to be fireworks.
Fireworks. Well, you're about to talk about it. You're about to talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
She doesn't want to talk about it. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Hell Hydra.
Indeed.